Hello, this is Carrie from Woodinville Wine Blog, and I'm about to start drinking because it's happy hour, and I can't drink too much because I have to drive over to my boyfriend's where he's making me dinner, which will be pasta. The reason he's making me dinner is I had a traumatic plumbing leak incident, and I have no kitchen, and no laundry room, and no guest bathroom downstairs. So we're going to be doing some remodeling. So we've been eating dinner and breakfast out at a lot of Woodinville restaurants. Yay. We went to Barking Frog this morning. We sat inside, but there were only maybe 4 other tables of people and the doors were open, so we felt safe breathing the air. We've been going to Wheelhouse a lot. In fact, I'm pretty sure Wheelhouse is sick of seeing me there. I love you guys. Sorry. They have fried green tomatoes. Oh my God. So today I thought it would be fun to have a happy hour online, invite some other bloggers to join me on the air for some wine trivia. No pressure. Everyone says, I'm not good at trivia. I don't care. We're just trying to have fun. And everyone is boating, camping, going to the lake, going to picnics in the park, out at wineries, blah, 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 blah. So I picked a horrible time, but no problem. If you would comment and say hello so I know that you're here, we will start playing and you can answer the trivia in the comments. And if you're one of our fellow wine industry folks, winemakers, or wine bloggers, message me if you would like to join me on camera. So I just got back from Milbrandt in Woodinville, where I bought this bottle of incredibly nicely priced wine, very affordable. I think it was $15 before my industry discount. They're not doing glass pours on the patio at Milbrandt right now, but you can buy a bottle or do a tasting. They don't want to have a whole bunch of wine open at the end of the day just in case a party of 5 came in and said, I want a glass of this and that. That totally makes sense. This is the 2019 Pinot Grigio, which is so good. I've had a couple Pinot Grigios lately, and I won't say who they were from. They were way too sweet. I could not handle it. So the other wine I might open up is the 2019 Rosé from Columbia Valley from Ryan Patrick. What is the grape? It does not say. Well, I don't care. I'll still drink some. I might do a little splash of each. I'd love to hear in the comments what you are drinking. Hello. We are broadcasting to YouTube, where Woodinville Wine Blog doesn't have a bunch of fans on YouTube yet. The first question we're going to start with is a super easy one for the one person watching. Hello, too. First one. I don't know anyone like this. Which word can be used to describe a person who consumes no alcohol? Is it A, abstinent, B, agusic, or 3, teetotaler, or 4, boring? I don't know any people like that. No, I'm just kidding. I do have a sister who does not drink wine at all. Good for her. She just doesn't enjoy it. All right. So she goes to wineries with me and drinks water and then gets bored and leaves. The other thing I wanted to mention was I just got back from renting a cabana at Chateau Ste. Michelle. It was not cheap. I did not get an industry discount or a comped cabana. I paid for it. It was worth it. It was a splurge. We had it for 4 hours. I brought Shona. Hi, Paul. I brought Shona from Wine Diva Lifestyle. We hung out. We had a bottle of rosé, split it with our friend William, and we just hung out at the Chateau grounds and had some cheese and grapes. It was fabulous. It would be a great way to have a calm 5-person or under baby shower, bridesmaid party, ladies' night, day out, etc. We're going back to the chateau for a picnic on Thursday, which will be interesting. The picnic area is not as nice as the cabana, but it still looked awesome. Peak. Woo! We saw the peak today, but not the peak. We didn't see Claude. We just saw Fern, I guess. I don't know. Somebody, that's not part of me, but if you know the female box name at Chateau Ste. Michelle, know in the comments. So I'm trying wine. Hello.
Hello, Woodinville Wine Blog.
The Wine Diva Lifestyle. What happened today? We showed up to the cabana, not chat about where. Remember to put on sunscreen. Shona brought some. We both showed up with our wine masks on. Look like twinsies.
And our polka dot dresses.
Yes, dresses. And you flip-flops, and I chicken took mine off and put on some little heels, which made me psychotic. It was embarrassing. So, Shona, I'm looking for things that are not too difficult. We're getting political. The American president said that only American wines would be served. Was it Lyndon, George Bush? Not that any of us Johnson was president, of course.
I'm not. I can't understand you. You're cutting out.
Oh,
really bad audio on my end.
It must be my Wi-Fi is crapping out. Which American president declared that only American wines would be stored or served at the White House? Was it Lyndon Johnson, George Bush, or Jimmy Carter?
Jimmy Carter.
It was actually Lyndon Johnson.
Get out. Really?
I wonder if he was tired of Jackie O only serving French wines while he was the vice president.
Possibly.
That's my theory. What are you drinking, Shona? We just got back from drinking rosé at the chateau. Not a sentence I could always say, by the way.
I don't have anything right now. I was just about to crack open some, of course, rosé. Because, we're a whole, 3 weeks into summer and basically it's over. So I thought I would drink some more rosé, but I have not cracked it open yet.
I got a message from Ryan Patrick where I'm not a club member, and they called and left a couple messages this week and said, you have wine to pick up. And I'm thinking, well, they don't comp me wine. So was I drunk shopping? Apparently I was, because when I got there, I bought 3 bottles of their rosé.
Oh, I haven't had their rosé.
I know. Well, I might have to bring you a bottle because I have 3 now, and I'm only going to open one right now.
I am a huge Ryan Patrick fan. I love their Rock Island Red. It's a Cab Syrah blend, and it's like around $18-19. So I kind of treat myself a little bit when I'm not on the $10 to $15 a day wine, and like I've had a bad day. I bought a case the other week of it. I like it so much. I just think the Ryan Patricks they're very good value for Washington wine, and I love that Rock Island Red. It's just amazing.
And I have been to Rock Island. Does anybody watching know where Rock Island is? Please let me know in the comments below.
I have no idea.
I will wait and let people answer while I start on this question, which I would not know the answer to if I wasn't sitting here holding the card. What qualifies as a nervous wine?
A nervous wine?
Does it have high alcohol content, a coffee-like aroma, or high acidity? Who wrote these?
I have no idea. All right, I'm gonna hop out just for a second. My TV's on in the background, so hold on. Let people answer.
What qualifies a nervous wine? Is it high alcohol content, a coffee-like aroma, or high acidity? I feel like they put the coffee in there to be funny because it said the word nervous, and I definitely get hyped up on caffeine, so I don't drink coffee, I drink tea instead.
So what is a nervous wine?
High acidity.
Oh, I've never heard that term. Have you?
Either. So I'm using the Wine IQ trivia that I bought on Amazon.
Oh.
And so it says everything you need for a wine quiz night, the party game of questions and risk taking. Well, we're not taking any risks. We're not really keeping track. We're just trying to answer some dumb questions for the fun of it. Yay. Now, I was telling people that I can't drink too much of this wine because I have to drive over to Bob's and get dinner made for me. Poor me, because I don't have a kitchen. He's making pasta.
That's right. Oh, yeah, we need to have you back over and do Pizza Bank.
Yes.
Yes. Sit in the backyard and have pizza and wine while it's not raining.
Because the rain are coming soon, I'm sure.
All right. Well, I have a trivia question for you.
Oh, really? Okay.
What is the classic wine match with caviar?
Okay, I'm a vegetarian, so I'm going to have to guess. Caviar needs maybe not just a white wine like with seafood, but it's so salty. Is it an Albarino?
It would be a caviar, a champagne with caviar.
Oh, it's a bubbles.
Yes,
Ooh.
the bubbles.
They should make some kind of vegetarian caviar out of tapioca, except it would be sweet and not savory. They could make a vegetarian caviar out of tofu balls. Ha ha.
They could, but they need to be, I love the saltiness of caviar.
One of these questions was dumb. It was like multiple choice. How old do you have to be to purchase wine in the US? Duh. That's
21.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm going to burn that card and I'll never use it. Which film increased sales of Pinot Noir in the USA? Was it Pretty Woman, which I'm wearing a polka dot dress today in honor of Julia Roberts' polka dot dress in Pretty Woman, but hers was brown and white? Was it Sideways, or was it The Wolf of Wall Street starring Leonardo DiCaprio, who only dates models? Excuse me.
Yeah.
This film increased the sales of Pinot Noir in the USA.
I'm going to go for Sideways.
You are right. You're correct. It was Sideways.
Yeah.
Sideways,
They destroyed Merlot for a generation.
it made it embarrassing to order Merlot in a restaurant because then you felt like, oh, I'm being so déclassé. But you weren't.
No. And I love Merlot. I mean I'm just like the biggest fan of Washington Merlot. We do it so well. It's not. I always tell people it's not like California Merlot, which I find like wimpy and kind of harsh. Washington Merlot is rich and full bodied, and if you serve it to a lot of people and don't tell them, they think it's cab. I mean, it's so delicious. And yet people still turn their nose up at Merlot, which I'm like, fine, more for me.
Yeah. And I like Oregon Merlot too, but we're not going to talk about Oregon Merlot because it's Washington Wine Month. Washington Wine Month.
All right, let me see if I have something. Let's see if I have some trivia.
This is hard. I would not be able to get this, but I'm glad I learned it. Which wines are sometimes referred to as baby Amarone? Is it a Dolcetto, a Brunello, or a Ripasso?
Brunello, I believe.
It's a Ripasso.
Ah.
And we only have a couple of Dolcettos here in Woodinville. And I'm going to guess it's Martetti Winery, who have a new tasting room who've been moved. They're over by the cut shop, sort of. Is there a Dolcetto at Genoa Cellars or Michael Florentino?
I'm not sure if Florentino, he does like a lot of different wines.
Spanish and Italian.
Did a Dolcetto, yeah.
I would almost feel like there was a Dolcetto at Smasny because Smasny does so many wines too. Or maybe Cascade Cliffs, but we don't have a lot of Dolcetto in Woodinville. And if I didn't name one, someone let me know in the comments. I would love to learn more about Dolcetto and Amarone. The only Amarone I know of in Woodinville is again at Martetti. I need to just break down and join their wine club. Hello, people that are joining us to watch the broadcast. Say hello in the comments and feel free to try and answer trivia or correct me if I say something wrong. Oh, what grape is predominant in a Chianti Classico? Is it Colorino, a grape I've never heard of? Is it, well, that I just gave you a hint. Is it Sangiovese or Nebbiolo? I did not know this.
Really? Sangiovese.
Yes, I did not know that. And I'm currently obsessed with Sangiovese, so now I need to go get some Chianti Classico.
Yes,
Maybe
you
I'll
do.
go to
love
Metropolitan
Chianti.
Market and buy some.
Yes, you do. And you have to come check out my Washington wine display.
That's right. It's Washington Wine Month, and all of the wine stewards have been busy putting up signage and encouraging people to buy Washington wines.
It's been crazy. Yeah, I went kind of heavy on rosés and white wines since it's August, and it's that time of year.
Here's an interesting one. Speaking of white wines, if you detect an aroma of gingerbread, which white wine are you likely to be drinking? Is it a Pinot Gris, a Muscat, or a Gewürztraminer? Gingerbread.
Have any comments? Anyone leaping in?
Paul knew that was Sangiovese too. He's keeping right up with our trivia.
I would guess Gewürztraminer.
You
Has a
would be
little lychee.
correct. And we have a few Gewürz here in Woodinville. Off the top of my head, I'm trying to remember.
Chateau does one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Does Long Cellars do a Gewürz? Does Savage Grace? I'm not
I'm
sure. I feel like Smasney with their crazy amount of varietals would, and probably Maryhill. I bet Maryhill does.
It's interesting. No one, there's not a lot of Gewürztraminer around.
Well, maybe we're just too warm in this hot in the summer and it needs colder, but we sure have cold. Maybe our winters aren't cold enough. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Did you have another trivia question for us, Shona?
Let's see what I can pull out here. Oh, I can't read. It's dark. Can't read that. How about a true or false? Ooh. A vintage wine is superior to a non-vintage or multi-vintage wine.
Can you repeat the first part?
True or false? A vintage wine is a superior to a non-vintage or multi-vintage wine.
Oh, yes. Because the older it is, the tastier it has time to get. Would be true?
It would be false.
Ah!
Yeah, the vintage. It says the vintage year on the bottle references the quality of the harvest that year, and thereby predicts only the potential for a superior wine.
Oh,
some of those, like a lot of the champagnes are non-vintage, but they mix the best years together, and unless there's like a really superior year, they don't put a vintage on it. So it doesn't always bode that it's going to be superior.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a quick trivia. Who recognizes this bottle? Who makes this wine?
Mr. Gorman.
Ah, you got it. You got it. Oh, yeah? What grapes are in this?
Oh.
It doesn't say, so now I have to look it up.
It doesn't say. I've asked him, and I can't remember what he says.
Sometimes I like to just keep us guessing. Fine.
Yes.
If I cover up the label of Viola Rosé, does anybody know who makes this bottle of local rosé that has a tasting room in Artisan Hill as your hint?
I do.
I'm covering the name.
Anyone else? It's
Viola Rosé. Don't know the grapes. People, please put your grapes on the bottle. Maybe they do and I need glasses. Oh, they did. Excuse me. This is a blend of Gamay Noir and Cabernet Franc, which is very unusual to have a Gamay in Woodinville.
Yeah.
It is Cedar Green Cellars.
Yep.
Yummy. And you can buy this if you can't make it to Artisan Hill during limited hours of operation, probably noon to 5 Saturday and Sunday. You can often find this at PCC natural markets or community markets. And if I cover the label, who knows who makes this bottle of rosé? A very distinctive circle of friends here.
I do. Again.
Anybody else? We have 4 people watching. Which rosé am I holding from a Woodinville and Walla Walla winery? I'm covering the label. It's pretty distinctive. And I'm trying to see what the grapes are. It is 100% Tempranillo rosé.
Oh.
And it's really hard not to open and drink it all right now. Okay, I don't see any guesses. Who makes this wine? Person number 5 that just joined us. It's a circle of friends from Tertulia Cellars. The winemaker is Ryan Raber, or the owner? Winemaker, both? Did you have another question, Shona?
Oh, let me see what I have.
I look through my props. Ooh, I got a good one. Happy hour. Washington Wine Month, a beautiful Sunday.
Oh, okay, here's one. Which wine will balance the oiliness of fried chicken? Sauvignon Blanc, White Zin, or an off-dry Vouvray?
I'm vegetarian, so I've never had fried chicken, except I admit it smells good sometimes. The off-dry Vouvray sounds too technical, like you wouldn't always see it on the menu. So, what were the other two choices? Any
The other
guesses?
two choices
It should
were
be
a
something in the
Sauvignon
name.
Blanc or a White Zin.
I'm going to say we need the acidity of the Sauvignon Blanc, and since no one else is guessing, that's my guess.
You are correct. Ding, ding.
Woo!
Yeah, the acidity is going to cut through the oils.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's something that people sort of wrestle with. I mean, I'm a believer in drink what you like with something, but sometimes there's certain wines that, if you drink something oaky, that's really not going to cut through the oils, with a Chardonnay or something like that. So, yeah, I mean, people kind of get stumped about what pairs, what pairs the best with what you're having.
And speaking of White Zinfandel, which was Paul's guess, is White Zinfandel technically a rosé? Because I picked up a White Zinfandel at was it Covington or two vintners that I picked up?
Really?
I picked up a White Zinfandel. I was there with you in Maltby.
That's right.
Is that technically a rosé? Because it's pink wine? No.
I don't know. That's just
I
that's
don't have
odd.
a bottle nearby, or I would look and see what they say. I would like you guys to guess, speaking of Maltby, can anyone guess which winery makes this Merved Rosé that has a tasting room in Maltby? And there's only about 6 tasting rooms in Maltby, so you have a good chance of guessing. We don't have a lot of 100% Merved Rosés here in Woodinville, so I was very excited to get this, and Shona and I tasted it last weekend in our Maltby adventures. And we met the winemaker, Tyler.
Yeah, we have to go. We have to go back.
Comments here?
Yeah. We need to go back to the vault at Maltby one day soon.
Because we missed Guardian Cellars. Didn't make it there.
No.
We didn't officially taste at Covington and Two Vintners. We just bought wine and left. And Jam Cellars was a little too crowded at the time, so we needed to make a reservation. This is Latterus Winery. The winemaker's name is Tyler. And he and his wife run the winery. It's super fun to hang out there. And they make some really interesting and delicious wines. And they didn't ask to be featured on Trivia Night. I'm just holding up a bottle so you'll be used to seeing the label. Oop, if my camera's auto-focusing on it. Oh dear. Don't know that. Some of these are too hard. No.
Yeah.
I'm skipping out. Which Trivia deck are you using, Shona?
I have Wine Wars. Sort of something I got. Oh, where'd it go? There. Wine Wars.
Oh, I don't own that one. Fun.
Yeah, it's it's just fun. There's different categories.
Some of these aren't very. This one asks, who illustrated the label of Chateau Mouton Rothschild 1975? Was it Andy Warhol, Pablo Picasso, or Salvador Dali? How would we know that?
What was the year?
1975. Was it Andy Warhol, Pablo Picasso, or Salvador Dali that illustrated the label of Chateau Mouton Rothschild, which I've never tasted or heard of? Sorry.
I think it has to be Andy Warhol. I think Dali and they were gone.
Or if they were alive, they were not doing the wine labels.
Ancient. Yeah.
Yes. You would be right. It was.
Yay!
Everyone go Google the label and see what it looks like.
Yeah. I've got a question. I've got one that's pretty straightforward. Which merchant is the largest retailer of wine in the United States? Walmart, Costco, or Trader Joe's?
Wow. I want to hear some other guesses on this one.
Yeah.
Walmart, Costco, or Trader Joe's is the biggest seller of wine in the U.S.
Yeah. Like anyone? Hello? Anyone out there?
Wow. I can't say that I've been impressed by the wine section at Walmart. If I'm shopping for big box store wine, I'm probably at Target because I'm there for other stuff, but they never have anything local other than Chateau. Paul is guessing Trader Joe's. I'm thinking so too, because Trader Joe's shoppers have a little bit more money than Walmart shoppers, and they're very more foodie. And I'm guessing Trader Joe's. I'm going. Ramon says Costco.
Ramon says Costco. And Ramon, ding, 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 winner, winner, chicken dinner. You
and
are
Carol
correct.
says Costco. All right. Paul and I are wrong.
The thing is, like, Trader Joe's isn't quite national. It's not everywhere, whereas Costco is pretty much everywhere. And like you say, I don't think the Walmart crowd are big wine drinkers.
Yeah.
Or maybe it comes from a box. Okay, I'm judging, but whatever.
Well, and if I go to Trader Joe's, I'm picking up some groceries and I might grab a bottle or two. But
Right.
if I go to Costco, I'm in stock up mode. I'm going to buy more than 1 or 2 bottles because
Yep.
I'm in and out of there with a crazy cartload.
Right.
Whoops, I didn't want to do that question. Oh dear. No. Some of these are too hard. Do you have something ready, Shona?
Oh, I've got one. What fermented honey water beverage is said to have predated wine and beer?
Well, I have a honey flavored vodka in the house right now, but it must not be very tasty or I would have drunk it up and not have it anymore. And vodka is not that old. Any guesses? I'm going to have to answer mead.
You are correct.
And who knows the name of Woodinville's meadery? We have mead in town. Paul got it. Yep, we have a little delay with the comments showing up. Paul and Ramon both got mead. Who can name
Yep, they did.
our meadery here in Woodinville? They have the best view of Woodinville of any tasting room we have because they're up on a hill.
I will tell you, I know what it is, and I have not been there. I'm embarrassed to say that. I just have never gone up there.
And they partner with Willridge Winery. It's nice. You can go up there, and the people that like the sweet wines, which I no longer can handle sweet wine anymore as my palate has progressed, I can take my friend Terry, who only likes sweet wines, and she can taste wine at Sky River Meadery. And I can have Willridge Winery and be happy and sit on the red Adirondack chairs and look at Woodinville and watching it pass by. Hello, Carol. Oh, what is manufactured by Riedel, a well-known name among wine connoisseurs? Is it corkscrews, wine glasses, or a guidebook of European wine? Ramon, you were close with
Sky River.
I'm going to put a banner on here. What does Riedel make? Do they make corkscrews, a guidebook to European wine, or wine glasses?
Does anyone? Oh, I think Paul's got it.
Yep. Ramon says that Sky River used to share space with Icon Cellars, and they have the best view in Woodinville. Yes.
Well, we need to make it up there. I need to get up there.
So here's another bottle pop quiz.
Oh.
Who makes Flowerhead Rosé? Which tasting room can you buy it in? We have a little delay between the people seeing my question and typing, so I'll wait a minute. This seems to be the most popular rosé in Woodinville this year. Everywhere I go, it's all over social media. People are showing pictures that they're drinking it and loving it, and everyone's just going crazy. For Flowerhead, the label is gorgeous. It's a little medieval, flowery, botanical. They could have snuck a little goblin in here or a little demon, and I wouldn't know. Do I see an owl? I don't know. It's gorgeous. It is a rosé from Columbia Valley. The grapes are not listed. Pet peeve.
I know. It drives you crazy.
So this is an easy one, you guys. Who makes Flowerhead Rosé? Technically, it's Lou and Oli.
Oh, yeah.
And you buy it in the Mark Ryan Winery tasting room. And you can get it at PCC and Met Market and occasionally at Safeway. I'm not sure if I've seen it at QFC because I'm not going to a lot of grocery stores right now, frankly. I'm being careful because I'm going to so many wineries. Haha. For people that are just joining us, I'm drinking Ryan Patrick Rosé, which I picked up at their tasting room today. You cannot do glass pours on their patio. You just can't handle someone sitting there hogging a table for a $5 glass of wine for 2 hours. So you have to buy a bottle or do a tasting. And it's highly recommended that you do advanced reservations. I was lucky to get a walk in there. I just happened upon a good time. I didn't get any special industry treatment like, oh, we'll have a table for you. I just came at the perfect time, and I love hanging out on the patio at Ryan Patrick and Milbrandt. They are partners. And then if you get hungry, you can leave and go to Heritage and have a meal there. Did you find a good question, Shona?
Let's see.
We're going through some of these weird European ones that we'll never know.
Yeah, some of them are like really obscure.
Not that you guys aren't amazing with your wine trivia knowledge, but let's make it fun, not painful.
Yeah. How about what caused some Americans to boycott French wine in 2003?
We need to know the answer, or is it multiple choice?
Political.
Oh. 2003. Yeah. That's a long time ago. Back when I was 10? Not really. Far from it.
Yeah. This was the same time, I believe, as Freedom Fries came up. It was the French opposition to the war in Iraq.
I was going to say a tariff, but okay, yeah, I didn't think we had tariffs.
This was the Freedom Fries time. That
Now this one's going to be 2-part question for our 5 viewers. What is ice wine? Is it wine served on ice, frozen wine, or wine made with frozen grapes? And second part, who makes an ice wine that you can buy here in Woodinville at a Woodinville tasting room?
Oh, at a Woodinville tasting room.
Let's see if anybody has any guesses. Is ice wine wine served on ice, frozen wine, or wine made with frozen grapes? And where can you buy one here in Woodinville?
Woodinville. I can name a Washington one.
Well, go ahead.
Kiona.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Paul said frozen grapes.
Yes.
Canadian.
Correct.
Ramon said made with frozen wine. Well, that would be called a frosé. What do you call a white wine that's frozen? A sauve?
Yeah.
Rosé? A Ries frozen. There is an ice wine at Guard Vintners.
Ooh.
And I suspect there's one at Smasny. And Maryhill makes everything on the planet, so I would guess Maryhill probably has one too. Yeah. Oh, Carol might be right with Goose Ridge. I think you're right, Carol.
Oh, does Goose make one? Okay.
It might. I would Google it, but I'm busy running comments and getting this banner off the screen because now we're tired of looking at it. There we go. That was a good one. And I should have these picked out earlier, people, but I had a busy day hanging out at the chateau.
So did I. We'll do better next time.
Oh, here's one. What is the field of study? I have to type this in because you're never going to get it. What is the field of study of an photographer? I spelled that right. Woo! Not bad for someone that's been drinking all day.
Got me.
Do they study wine, grapevines, or bottle labels? Oh, Finn Hill, Ramon. Good job. Ramon knows his local wines. Finn Hill has an ice wine.
Okay. Oh, you're right. I've had it.
It's hard to remember 130 wineries, every single wine.
Yes.
And in Woodinville, we can all guess many of them make a GSM, which is a Grenache Syrah Mourvèdre. Most of them, I mean, everyone's going to make a Cab Sauv. It's Washington. Many of them make a Cab Franc. So, Paul...
I'm going to guess wine labels.
Yeah, because the ographer, usually like a cartographer, works with paper maps. A photographer works with paper, photos. However, an photographer actually studies grapevines. Maybe I read it wrong. Ampello Gruffer. I need glasses. I'm sorry. Still, I don't think we would have gotten it even if I could see the actual question.
No.
Do I have any more guessing bottles here? Ooh, nope. Ooh. Oh, that label's too hard to hide. Some of these I can't even cover. Nope, you're not going to get that one. Oh. Nope. Looking for some mystery bottle that I can cover the... Oh! Which winery makes the 12th blend rosé?
Oh.
Ramon says that GSM is his favorite blend. He's a Rhone guy through and true. Who makes 12th blend? I'll give you a hint. They're in the warehouse district. And they used to have live music when they could. And William was going to play there. But we'll have live music again soon. And actually, this winery was very helpful when I ran the Woodinville Wine Industry Food Pantry for our local tasting room and restaurant workers. This winery helped me get the word out and donated food and let me borrow some of their A-frame signs so the pantry could have direction signs. And they often would have a food truck come by the winery in the warehouse district. They're obviously Seahawks fans. The other big Seahawks fans in the winery district is Smazny Cellars. This is Eye of the Needle Winery. Yay! And this is I didn't have the 19 rosé. I had the 18 rosé from Red Mountain. And it's 100% Cabernet Sauvignon, which probably explains why it's so dark. And Shona, tell us about rosé colors. We used to freak out and think that dark rosés are not as good because they're too flavorful and sweet, but
no, it's yeah. I mean, it just depends on how long they, let that sit, and how soon they run the juice off is kind of the color that you get. I would say that in a sense, like the lighter ones usually are going to be a bit kind of more delicate, but surprising, some of them that you think are going to be really light have a lot more flavor than you think.
I have a really sad question. Which disease devastated European vineyards in the 19th century? Was it phylloxera? Was it blight? Or botrytis?
Oh, botrytis. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Which disease devastated European vineyards in the 19th century? Phylloxera, blight, or botrytis? All three of them are horrible things to happen to wine.
Anyone going to answer? Anyone chiming in?
That's our wine history.
It is phylloxera.
Yes. And we have a little bit attacking Walla Walla, and they're being really careful to stop it and deal with it. So, pop quiz. Anybody recognize this distinctive rosé label? They actually don't say the winemaker's name on it or the winery's name on it. Ramon got it. Phylloxera.
Good for you.
Who makes this distinctive shaped rosé bottle? Another one that probably doesn't list the grapes. Oh, I am corrected. It is a Pinot Gris rosé from Columbia Valley. I like
very sexy bottle. I have a couple of magnums of the Julia's Dazzle. I will have to be popping those open in the tasting garden one day.
I'm going to wait for some responses. This is an easy one. Yes, it's a rosé, Paul. Who makes Julia's Dazzle? Yes, they are in the Hollywood district between Goose Ridge, near Airfield, next to Heritage. Waiting for some guesses to come through. Everyone's typing slowly. Julia's Dazzle is made by Long Shadows, they win so many awards for all of their wines. They're in Walla Walla. They're super famous. They're always being written about in papers. Woo! It is 5:40, so we're going to do just a few more trivia questions before we get off and go to our dinners. What are you guys all eating tonight? I'm having pasta.
I'm doing grilled chicken, and I'm roasting a head of garlic, and I've got some bread and a little bit of broccoli. I gotta get my grilling on while I can.
So when you're eating a lot of garlic, what kind of wine isn't overpowered?
Um, well, I am going with a rosé.
This is very interesting. Ramon says in Bordeaux, they plant rose bushes at the start and end of the vine rows because they get attacked a lot sooner than vines do.
That is true. So you see the sign before it really takes over.
So I am showing another wine bottle trivia. I bet no one can guess just from this part of the label. It's a 2019 dry rosé wine from Woodinville's second newest tasting room to open up this summer. The newest is Glacier View Cellars in Artisan Hill. This is the other newly opened winery. And they have a patio that they hastily threw together, and they're very close to Story Cellars, if anyone has a little guess.
No idea.
They're so new, and I've written
I'm
them
out of touch.
but I need to do it again. All right, this is too hard. It's Syn Cellars, Synne. And I have tasted their rosé, their dry rosé, in their tasting room. It was good. I can't remember the grapes. It's a rosé of Syrah.
Interesting.
Somebody just broke into my house while I was on right now, and I hope it was my boyfriend. Oh, well. Oh, this is a Sangiovese rosé with an airplane on the label. Any guesses? No, Ramon, it's not Sightglass because Sightglass doesn't have that colorful of a label. Sightglass has a very difficult to photograph label of a Sightglass in gray and white. This is also a difficult to photograph label because it's silver and white. It doesn't look great on my camera, but I'm not a bottle shop person. I'm not a photographer. This Yakima Valley Sangiovese rosé is from Airfield Estates, and they just came out with a sparkling wine, and I'm kicking myself because I was over at Ryan Patrick today, and I meant to run over to Airfield and buy their sparkling wine. Their
They've got a sparkler? Oh, yum.
They just released it last Friday, and I keep forgetting to run and grab it for my collection. Ugh. Let's do one more trivia card each.
Okay. I've got one.
Have a chance of guessing.
Okay, this is really funny. True or false? Storing leftover wine in the refrigerator will help slow deterioration of the wine. I don't know what leftover wine is.
I don't know what leftover wine is because, well, today I will because I'm honestly not drinking both of these open bottles today.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm grateful that they're screw caps. Thank you, Milbrand, and thank you, Ryan Patrick. But one of these will probably disappear today, and it's probably going to be the Milbrand.
Is that the which?
It's the Pinot Grigio.
Oh, okay. That's really lovely.
It was so refreshing. I needed it after a long, hard day of doing a Chateau Saint Michelle photo shoot and drinking wine. I was exhausted and needed something refreshing on the way home.
I agree. I had some rosé when I got home. I kind of made it into a spritzer. All right. So anyway, if any of you actually have leftover wine and you put it in the refrigerator, it will slow down the deterioration. But again, I don't really have leftover wine. And to Carrie for the final trivia question of the evening.
Which famous couple purchased the Provence wine estate Chateau de Miraval?
I know.
And if you guys don't answer and can't guess, I can give you some hints. Was it David and Victoria Beckham? Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie while they were still together? Or Kim Kardashian and Kanye West before he ran for president? Who purchased Chateau de Miraval?
Anyone gonna
I think they're very lagged and unable to type because they're having so much fun drinking.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Paul got it. Brad Pitt and
Brangelina. And did they split that up or did they sell it?
I believe they still own it. I don't know. I don't read People magazine anymore.
I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Mm-hmm. So the last thing I want to hear from our viewers is what is your right now, if you could go to any Woodinville tasting room and have a private tasting safely outside in the patio, what would you choose? Where would be your absolute favorite? I want to hear from the people that are watching us that just dropped off because they're chicken to answer the question. 2 of them went, bye.
It's like, no, I don't want to pick favorites. You have to.
Yeah. I can't really play favorites. It's not fair because Woodinville Wine Blog has to be neutral, but we like telling you about places we like going.
That is true. I mean,
So I would say, because Martetti Winery just moved to a new tasting room, I haven't driven by to see if they set up a patio because here in Washington, we can't do indoor tastings at the moment. I really want to taste Martetti's new releases, or new to me. I don't know if they have any new releases, but I haven't tasted there officially since October. So, oh, you're not from Woodinville. Well, hello, Paul. Well, you probably would have to win the lottery and then be flown safely in your own private jet to Chateau Saint Michel, like the Jewel Box of Woodinville, our classic history, and you could start there.
I know somewhere I would like to revisit because they had a really great outdoor space is Bookwalter.
Yes, I was there on Friday. We had a lovely time. The new tasting room manager, Kevin Brent, just gave us a fabulous tour of their wines. Jen and I were there. Delicious. Carol. Oh, yes.
DeLille. Oh, gosh, yes.
They just added these beautiful sail shades that are orange. They help keep the shading and yet make the building still look attractive. And they're celebrating their 25th vintage of Schiller Blanc. Love it. Well, everybody, I'm going to wrap up our trivia night. Thank you for watching, for participating, and thank you for joining me on camera, Shona, when every other wine blogger was too chicken to be on the video.
Never.
And I will see you tomorrow, Shona, in person with our masks on for some more wine tasting adventures.
Yes. Where are we going?
I don't know because it depends on my house situation and workman and your car service and all that.
And my car service, yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk about our adventures,
find a patio. Yes,
wine adventures and whatever.
Thanks for coming. Bye, everybody.
All right. Thank you.